PureSignal, also known as adaptive pre-distortion. How effective is it, and is it worth it? Right, so I'm going to try an experiment with PureSignal here, and I'm going to use Thetis with the Anan G2, and let me just check here. So this is my linear amplifier. I'm just going to hit the tune button, and we've got about 950 watts, 950, just below the legal limit here in the UK, and I'm going to do an audio transmission. So this is me transmitting now, no PureSignal. And this section here in the lighter area is my intended transmission area over a 4.2 kilohertz bandwidth between 40 and 4,200 hertz there. So we can see the main transmission is in there. These bits coming out each side on the pan adapter are what I call the skirts on the signal, which are unwanted emissions, basically, which will start interfering with people adjacent to you on the band. And if I look on here, I've got another coupler just on the input to the dummy load, and this is measuring my actual transmitted signal, and I can see the skirts there coming out either side. So let's engage PureSignal like that, and there we go. It's now saying it's correct. The feedback level's correct there, so I should be getting a good result. Still some unintended emissions according to Thetis there, but let's have a look on the spectrum analyzer, and you can see now these skirts are so much lower. Much more of the energy is within the intended transmission area. So PureSignal is correcting for the non-linearities in the radio and the linear amplifier on the output, because I'm sampling the output of the linear amplifier. So I stopped transmitting there. I'm now going to quickly do a two-tone test, which is a more scientific way of doing this rather than looking at audio. So two tones, it's literally two audio frequencies. There we are, you can hear them there. And then I'm going through, and on the output of the spectrum analyzer, I can see there that the first IMD product is about 26 dBs down on the peak level, so not great. Most amateur radios are at least 30 dBs, so it's not far off a good transmission without PureSignal on, but 25 dBs, PureSignal on again, and it's all gone mad. Let's untransmit again. D-key. Wow. What's going on there then? I think the attenuator's got itself in a pickle. There we go. It's got an auto attenuator on this system, which is controlled here in the linearity settings. When I'm not switching around, I do normally turn that off so it never gets itself in a pickle. It's always picking up the right level. Anyway, it's recovered now, so we've got a two-tone test there. And there we go. Now we're minus 50 dBs down. So there we are. PureSignal on, minus 50 dBs. PureSignal off, minus 25. And you'll also notice with PureSignal, all the other products almost completely disappear. I mean, they're going down here towards the noise. So yeah, much cleaner transmission there being done by the radio. What I'd also like to do is see what the difference is between correcting at the output of the linear amplifier and inside the radio. So just going to do a two-tone test again. Look on the spectrum analyzer. So here's PureSignal on. We've got our minus 50 dBs there. Now at the moment, I'm using the input, the RX bypass input on the back of the G2, and that's connected to a coupler that I've built inside the linear amplifier. If I untick that box, it's now going to use the signal coming from the radio itself to do the PureSignal correction. So if I hit two-tone again, we've got our correction, but now we've got a lot more IMD products here coming off. So what this is showing is that this is the distortion just from the linear amplifier alone. And, you know, it's, well, minus 32 dB. So there's a huge difference there between coupling inside the radio and coupling on the output of the linear. So I'd always recommend that you actually use a coupler connected on the output of a linear amplifier to do this. A much better improvement. Now these skirts that we're getting, as well as causing interference outside of your intended transmission bandwidth, they're actually present, although you can't see them because it's dominated by the audio within that band. That IMD is also happening within that passband there. Let me just do another two-tone. So you can see that with the two-tone test, that's within the audio passband there. The closer we make those tones to one another, the more of those lobes, the IMD products, will appear within the transmitted bandwidth. So is that effect really audible? Can you actually hear it on the transmitted waveform as well? Okay, so I'm now recording myself on another SDR. I'm using a Sun SDR2DX, and I'm giving myself about 30-35 over, big strong signal, and transmitting about it goes up to about 800 watts, 6, 7, yeah, something like that. And that is with PureSignal off. Now I've just switched PureSignal on and it's correcting. And what I want to do is see if I can hear the difference. So be very interesting to see what it's like on this setup. So that's PureSignal on, and now I've just switched it off again, and I'll talk again like that. And now PureSignal switched back on. So let's have a listen and see what's going on there. Well, what a difference between PureSignal on and off. I could really hear the difference clearly there between PureSignal switched on and off. Very obviously, much more obviously than it is over the air normally. I guess that's because the signal strength's so loud, and the lack of noise listening on the SDR locally. So anyway, PureSignal, I would definitely recommend using it if you've got that facility. Put a coupler on the output of the linear amplifier so that you're getting rid of that distortion all the way through the radio and the amp, and you'll greatly reduce your emissions either side of you, the skirts, and end up with much better audio quality. I know ICOM have recently released adaptive pre-distortion on their 7610 radio. As far as I know, there's no way of adding a coupler to take the signal from the output of a linear amplifier, which is a real shame, but I guess at least it's getting rid of the distortion being generated by the radio. Thanks very much for watching, and please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video.